is the use of technology in the Greek language classroom. We know that technology has entered every classroom nowadays, and computer usage is not new. It started in 1960s, the computer-assisted language learning, and we see three main stages: the behaviorist call, the communicative call stands for computer-assisted language learning, and integrative call. And each stage corresponds to a certain level of technology and certain pedagogical theories. In these 40 years, numerous studies have proven the advantages of using technology to teach a foreign language, a second language or a foreign language. And also, the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Languages acknowledges and encourages the use of technology as a tool to support and enrich and enhance the classroom instruction. So, what happens to the Greek classroom? We have in Chicagoland 5 day schools and 26 part-time Greek language schools. We know that technology really helps the teaching and learning of a foreign language. So what goes on with our schools? Do we use technology? 2 years ago, in the context of my collaboration with the University of Crete, I researched to see if technology is used in our Greek American and Greek schools. I sent out a questionnaire with 10 questions. I'm not going to go through all of them. And that was in Greek. And around 40 teachers participated from 4 day schools and 20 part-time language programs. And all of the teachers who participated agree that technology does enhance instruction, and but there is limited use of technology in our Greek language schools. And what are the reasons for that? And the teachers themselves stated the reasons. First of all, number one on the list was the financial barrier, money, the cost of hardware, software, maintenance, and of course, if there is no money, we cannot have teacher training and professional development opportunities for teachers. Computers are not available in every school. Day schools do have a language lab, a computer lab, but part-time language programs do not really have access to computers. Yes, technology is used to some extent, but the teachers use it for teaching purposes only. That means they have a computer on their desk, which is usually connected to an LCD TV screen in the classroom. They use it to present PowerPoints, download material from YouTube, videos, documentaries, for students' presentations, but the students themselves do not have access to computers. They cannot go to a computer and work on a program. Also, there is lack of technical support, because that costs money as well. If there is a problem with a computer in the classroom, there is no sound or something goes wrong, there is no one there to support them. And some teachers are unfamiliar with using the technology. Usually older teachers, they're resistant to using technology, and this is not the rule, because we have teachers like Kyria and Julia here. The moment that we have the professional development opportunity at the academy, and the IT person showed us how to use Google Apps and open email accounts, etc. Kyria and Julia, stand up. They were the first one next day to open up an email account, and she really tries to hard. And her examples should be followed by other educators as well. One question was, what was the textbook that was widely used, and by far the Margarita series textbooks were the most popular. And it's not only popular here in Chicago, it's in the United States, it's popular throughout the world, from the United States to Australia. It's a series of 6 books with 9 units each, with beautiful pictures, simple dialogues, that helps students learn Greek as a foreign language. And it's a very successful series, and this particular textbook series is accompanied by CD-ROMs. The textbooks are online. You can download them in PDF files. The CD-ROMs are downloadable as well and can be used in the classroom. Here you can see, for example, from Margarita 4, those are the units there, the lessons. And then for each lesson, we can see that we have the text, vocabulary, exercises, games, other activities, and opportunities for students to write. And this is done interactively in the computer lab. Students can go there. At the academy, we're fortunate to have a computer lab, so students are going there with their teacher, and of course they have to be guided how to use this particular software, and they really like it. This is another unit from the Margarita books. I mean, most educators are familiar with this particular material. Now, every teacher agrees that technology is, really supports the teaching of Greek because students are motivated, first of all. They love working with computers. It's interactive, it's fun, it's related to games. So, and also, there's greater interaction. They can communicate with each other through different types of communication. They can individualize their instruction. They learn by themselves sitting in front of a computer. There is no one there to judge them, especially shy students who, when you work on a computer, you are not afraid of making a mistake because no one can see. You can go back, you can correct it, and at the end, if you complete the questions correctly, then you get a reward, balloons, or some claps, etc. Technology helps for experiential learning, and of course it contributes to greater student achievement, and students have the opportunity to be exposed to authentic material. And another major factor is the communication, which can be asynchronous through email, forums, blogs, websites, or synchronous through chat rooms, Facebooks, LinkedIn, and also through learning communities. When we ask teachers to give us ways we can use the technology, they mention a lot of resources, and I'm mentioning just a few here that are available. Numerous applications like dictionaries, encyclopedias, links for teachers, pronunciation tutors, those are available in Greek as well. Grammar and vocabulary quizzes, and of course, Google applications. I'm doing this presentation through the Google application. I'm able to access it through my email without bringing my computer here. You can store your files through Google Apps. You can access them anywhere in the world without having your own PC with you. Films and videos, especially through YouTube, this is a great source for teachers, and teachers do use, sorry for that. Okay. Technical here, this is not my computer, so okay. Another way, for example, Skype, through the teaching degree here, you can find 50 different ways to use Skype in the classroom. Go through this and look at this. Other resources include digital Greek textbooks. Lately, the Greek Education Office shared with us this link that you can have access to all Greek textbooks online in PDF files, whatever has been published. Lately, it's available for every educator and every student. Multiple windows. Those are digital textbooks. Also, students can communicate amongst themselves through many different ways, and especially through the learning communities. Last year, students at the Hellenic American Academy High School communicated with a school in Toronto, and through Skype, the students there presented their city through presentations. They talked about Toronto. Our students talked about Chicago. It was a beautiful activity. There are so many other resources. I mean, but one of the most important programs that is available free is Philoglosia. Here, probably educators are familiar with Philoglosia. I'm going just to show you an example. Do we have sound here, Caesar? We do. Okay, you can see that it's a program for beginners, web-based program. It includes dialogue, vocabulary, grammar, and use of phrases in every chapter. And if there are small videos as well, I can show you the dialogue here. I don't know if we have time for that. So students have the opportunity to hear the native language. Also listen to the dialogue and then answer questions.
Καλημέρα. Μιλάτε ελληνικά?
Καλημέρα. Ναι, μιλάω λίγο.
Είστε ο κύριος Χάρ?
Ναι, εσείς.
So the speed is slow here, unfortunately. Anyway, it's, I mean, you can hear the dialogue, and it's interactive and interesting for the students. There are also exercises to be completed. Grammar is also introduced in every chapter. And you can hear, for example, this particular exercise here.
Athena.
You can hear the word and then you can type it here and check your answers at the end. Here is a dialogue that you can, sentences that they can include. So you have to go here, click there, and put it back on the right place and go on. Also, vocabulary is available, and students can listen to the vocabulary, they can see it depicted in pictures as well. Personal pronouns are introduced in this chapter. So students can read it, listen to it, and see the picture as well. And different other exercises. This one.
Εγώ είμαι ο Κώστας.
Someone is introducing himself using the verb to be.
Εσύ, είσαι η Μαρία.
And more exercise on the verb to be, then the grammar aspect, how to conjugate the verb, sentences, more sentences with pictures that we can use.
Εγώ έχω αυτοκίνητο.
Just trying to go through this quickly.
So Philoglosia is for adults mostly?
It does specify it's for adults. It can be used for children because I kind of looked at the program and I don't see anything that is only for adults. It can be for here for children as well. And I used parts of it for the women students.
Just because the main characters are adults and
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, it can be not very motivating for students.
Men or men's, and then sentences blanks to be completed. It's a plethora of material to be used by Greek teachers. Also here small videos for introduction, useful phrases, when they first learn to introduce each other. the introduction between friends and introduction in formal introductions. You can see the difference.
Γεια σου, Μαρία.
Γεια σου, Κώστα.
So they're friends, so they hug each other. And then, but you can see the informal kind of introduction. So you can get an idea. So this is chapter 3 and so on. This is the format of the Philoglossia program. It's a very good program, and also you don't have to follow this program accurately as it is. You can take parts of the program, apply it in your lesson plan, and help your students. For example, when I was teaching Greek at Northeastern, I was using those images from Philoglossia to show my students, to teach my students about past continuous versus simple past. Like when the grandpa here remembered when I was young what I used to do. Έτρωγα σοκολάτες, or πήγαινα στο σινεμά, έπαιζα κιθάρα, and so on. Versus what I did yesterday. I missed the bus, I worked until that time, so they can understand the difference. And I just copied those and created my own slides through this program. That's a great source. And another program that is worth mentioning is the e-learning program. Ochiman mentioned that the previous program, Philoglossia, here was designed and developed by the Institute for Language and Speech Processing, and it's funded by the Greek Ministry of Education. Then the e-learning program was designed and funded by DIAME of the University of Crete. And DIAME was translated to the Center of Intercultural and Migration Studies. And it's also funded partly by the Greek government, and also the majority, primarily it's funded by the European Union. And you can see in this program that there are two distinct pathways. One is for young children here, and the other one is for teenagers. I'll try to access this because take some time here. It's worth looking at this program. Just give you an example of it. Here are two levels, level A1. So, we have many components. We can see the language component, mythology, songs. It's kind of slow, sorry to speak.
And why is it always the British flag? It's the one
Pardon?
in the English, you know, it's the British flag.
Oh, there. It's translated.
I know, but in Greek, so in the
For
Greek
example,
version,
here
when
you
say
can hear.
Yeah, English.
So here are the.
But English is spoken by considerably, you know, more than just English people.
Etc. So here is the text. There are two texts. Plus here you can find. Let me see if you can access the text.
So this is designed for the homogeneous?
Yes,
Yeah.
this is specifically for Greek children living abroad. It's a program called Pedia Homogenon. It's an extension of this. called the e-learning program. It's a web-based program, accessible to everyone. It's free to be used. And I would like to show you the games and songs. You can go here, for example. We can access it. Here, let's say we want to hear a song. You can create your own video with those songs. They can make their own video clips by choosing one of these. Okay. I would like also to show you the environment, the teacher's environment. The teacher, it's like their own web page. You can have the teacher's profile here, profile of other workers and teachers. Teachers can organize their classrooms, they can communicate, they can keep notes, they can do a lot of stuff. Also, this is the video. So in every chapter we have, in every lesson we have also the lesson. That's another website that I didn't mention earlier. There are many different websites. This is very popular by all teachers because it includes every imaginable song for children. You can see small videos with colors, the alphabeta, παιδικά τραγούδια, παραμύθια. And digital, you can use Google Earth for digital field trips, you can visit museums. The sky is the limit, what you can do through those applications. I would like just to mention a few things about the e-learning program here. You can see some of the exercises for τι είναι αυτό, so students can name objects and answer questions. Those are interactive. This picture does not have much, so you can move those pictures. And mythology is part of it too. Κοινότητες μάθησης, learning community. Students can communicate with other students around the world. Also educators communicating with each other. Here is part of the educators' environment. And there are many programs, but those are the two most important complete programs for teaching Greek and Latin language. And I would just want to mention by ending up this presentation that technology, we should always remember technology is just a tool. It's not a panacea, it doesn't replace the teacher in any way. And so far there is not a simple research that says that students can learn a language effectively just by using technology alone without the guidance of a teacher. So it's a very useful tool, and always the difference in classroom is made by qualified teachers who know how to use technology and effective methods in teaching approaches. And of course, before we use technology, we should always remember or choosing applications to be appropriate, and also to be appropriate only age appropriate, but also appropriate for the level of the students, their language proficiency level. And I would like to thank here the foundation and also come with a proposal because there is a lack of teacher training in Chicago. We assume that teachers do know how to use technology, and there is a need for that, and I would suggest that probably we should have a workshop in the future to train teachers how to use technology more effectively in their classrooms. The academy we can offer the academy for that because we have a lab with computer lab. And you're welcome to come there if you want. We can find someone to help, and that would be great. Thank you.